Hey guys, Youngblood with you, and today I wanted to do a quick breakdown on the chassis for the Harasser. The reason that I want to do this is because I don't want you guys to have to spend a whole lot of certs on something that you're not going to end up using, so hopefully this can kind of help to point you in the right direction. The three different options that we have are the same that we have on the Flash. You've got the Racer, the Scrapper, and the Surger. Now each of these is going to provide you with a different benefit, and that's really going to be improved speed and acceleration for the Racer, improved traction, turning, brakes, and reverse speed for the Scrapper, and improved handling and hill climbing for the Surger. Now, how does this actually impact you when you're playing? Well, when we talk about the Racer, the improved speed is nice. It gives you about an extra 10 to 15 kilometers per hour. Well, in a vehicle that's as fast as the Harasser is, I don't see a huge benefit to actually increasing your speed. That being said, having increased acceleration, on the other hand, is really nice. The ability to get out of your zone of engagement really quickly versus having to spin up your engine and get going, it's going to help you out. Now, is that the best option for you? Probably not, but it is a benefit that it has. Now, with the Surger, it's got improved handling and hill climbing. Now, the improved handling helps a little bit. You'll notice a slight difference with it. The hill climbing, though, is where you're really going to get the benefit out of the Surger, and it makes a huge difference. Now, the Harasser already is going to be able to climb hills pretty well, so is this going to be a deal breaker not to have on your vehicle? No, but it is going to give you a big benefit. Now, a side note to that is the Harasser equipped with a turbo is going to climb just about anything in this game, especially if you're giving it a head start. So if you already have the turbo unlocked, you could pretty much negate the Surger as an option unless you really just want to be able to climb the face of a mountain, mainly just because you can kind of balance it out with a different upgrade. My personal favorite out of the group is going to be the Scrapper. It's going to give you improved traction, the turning is better, the brakes are better. Now, the reason I like this one so much is, like I mentioned in the last video, the Harasser is a very squirrely vehicle. You feel like you're all over the road, when you turn, you kind of skid out a little bit, it doesn't stop well when you're going really fast. This is going to give you a lot of those benefits. It's going to keep you planted into the ground. You're going to feel like you can kind of hug turns a little bit better and you're more mobile. The big one that I don't think a lot of people realize is the improved reverse speed, and this is why I like the Rival Combat chassis on my main battle tanks, just because it gives me the ability to have increased reverse speed so I can get out of the way and dodge missiles a little bit better, keeping me alive longer. When you talk about the Scrapper, being able to do the same thing is going to be a huge benefit, especially when you consider how much damage all these weapons are doing to the vehicle. It's not heavily armored, even with composite. So you can see when we're talking about these that they all have their own benefits that kind of stand out a little bit, and ultimately it's going to come down to your playstyle. I'm going to be doing breakdowns for situational use of this vehicle and different builds that you can use, but here's a real simplistic one. The Racer fits well if you're going to only use this vehicle from transportation from base to base. You know, that speed's going to be beneficial. If you're going to stick to the roads, you don't really need to worry about the handling too much, although you do have to worry about mines. So you can see the Racer may get you there a little bit quicker, which might suit your needs best. Overall, though, there's some unintended benefits to two of these different chassis that I think are interesting to point out. For example, I think the Racer actually climbs hills pretty well. That's if you have a head start. The increased momentum from your speed is going to carry you up the hill a little bit further, and if it's a medium-sized hill, you may get over it in the Racer when you wouldn't be able to in the Scrapper. That being said, it's still not going to be on par with what the Surger can do for you. Now, the Surger actually has another benefit where you can be a little bit faster overall based on the hill climbing improvements. And what I mean by that is, in a perfect world, you're on flat ground going straight, the Racer's going to win every time. But, you know, in this game, there's a lot of hills, a lot of uphills. When you're going in a straight line uphill, the Surger's hill climbing improvements is going to help out. It's almost always going to beat out the Scrapper, and in some occasions, it may even beat out the Racer, depending on the incline that you're actually, you know, traversing. So, now, I just mentioned there's a benefit to both the Racer and the Surger. I still feel the Scrapper is the best option to use, and if you're only going to be spending your certs on one of these particular ones, I would highly suggest using the Scrapper, just because the overall improved traction and turning, especially if you're making this more of a combat vehicle, is going to suit you so much better than the other options. One thing to keep in mind with this is these are just my recommendations based on your return on investment. You're spending your hard-earned certs on one, and which one is going to give you the most benefit overall? What's going to give you the most fun and the most success? And that's why I recommend the Scrapper. Your mileage may vary a little bit based on how your playstyle is, and in some of these build videos that I'm going to be doing next, you're going to see some specific chassis being used in conjunction with different weapons and abilities on the vehicle that are going to be a little bit specified to the role that we're talking about. So, until next time, I appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't yet, hit like and subscribe. Stay tuned for a lot more, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.